know that, sir, but think of the disastrous effect this might have on the morale of the American teenager. No, I'm not suggesting the boy doesn't want to go into the army. It's just that I wasn't. Well, it seemed to me that 2 weeks from today, at the induction center, he'll be there. Rosie, thank God you've come. This is the end of Almalu. Conrad Birdie is going to the army.
And your faithful secretary is hereby submitting her resignation.
Huh?
I just dropped in to say goodbye, Albert, darling. Lots of luck.
Rosie, you can't. Not today of all days. My pills. Where are my pills? The little white ones I take when I'm overwrought.
Here.
Not so much. Break it in half.
You're 33 years old, Albert. You can take a whole aspirin.
I am not 33. I'm a long way from 33. I won't be 33 till tomorrow. Water.
It's no use, Albert. My mind's made up. I've been with Almalu 8 years now, and as you well know, I've been a lot more than just a secretary to you.
Rose, those are moments of madness.
Well, between the moments of madness and the office, I put in a good 90-hour week. And for what? A $5 raise in 1954 and a bottle of arpege last Christmas?
Promise her anything, but give her arpege, Rosie.
Yeah, but not a 16th of an ounce. And besides, I want something more than that.
Rose, if you're referring to something of a more permanent nature between you and me, I'm not ready for it. Besides, there are religious differences.
Spanish is not a religion.
And, is part of the company you're after? The answer is no to that too. Almalu is me, Mama, and Lou. And any change in it would kill that wonderful woman who bore me.
Nothing can kill your mother, except maybe a silver bullet.
And I won't draw poor Lou either. He loved you, Rose.
I loved Lou too. Sure, he was warm, he was loyal, he was lovable. But he died 6 years ago. And besides, he was a wire-haired terrier. Anyhow, I don't want part of the company. This is something much more important.
Rose, if you're going to discuss what I think you're going to discuss, I'm in no mood to discuss it.
There's nothing to discuss, Albert. Conrad's going into the army. I quit. There's nothing you can do but go back to college.
I'm up to my ears in debt. Conrad's got a $50,000 guarantee, which I can't pay. And I've just taken a severe overdose of aspirin.
Albert! This may be your last chance. Will you listen to me? I'm serious. His going in the army is the best thing he could do. Now you're free to start to do what you wanted to. Albert! 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 I remember how you told me I should trust you for a year. It would just be for a year, but it's 8 years, Albert! 8 long years, Albert!
It takes time to build a business.
It was only a sideline, that's what you said. You just needed some money, that's what you said. You were going to college and get ahead. Instead of being a music business bum, you were going to NYU and become
Don't say Rose.
an English teacher.
Rosie.
And furthermore, he wrote poetry.
Rose, please.
And in the NYU yearbook under Albert Peterson's favorite piece of literature, you know what it says? Little Women.
I'm ruined in show business.
An English teacher, an English teacher. If only you'd been an English teacher, we'd have a little apartment in Queens. You'd get a summer vacation, and we would know what life means. A man who's got his
Rose, I'll make a deal with you. Stay with me, help me pay Connor's tea, and as soon as I'm out the rent, I'll dissolve the company and go back to the academic life.
Albert, you're on.
Of course, it may take a few years, but I'm sure that by 1973 or 74 at the latest, we'll be able to dissolve this company and go right on living our quiet. What's that?
Something that's gonna push that date up a few years. Pick a name.
Pick what name? What are you talking about?
All right, I'll do it for you. McAfee. Kim McAfee. Age 15, President and Recording Secretary of Conrad Birdie Fan Club. Number, capital 7, 8820. Mary, would you get me Sweet Apple on the phone? The number, capital 7, 8820, and call me right back.
Now hold on a minute here. Who's Kim, whatever her name is?
Kim McAfee, Albert, is what's going to send you back to college with the biggest hit song this business has ever seen. It's called One Last Kiss.
I've never heard of it.
Well, that's because you haven't written it yet. But when you do, and when that one last kiss is from Conrad Birdie, going into the big cold army for 2 long years, and when that kiss is from one of his fans, chosen at random, from 1,270,000 hysterical teenagers, it'll make Mr. Birdie the hottest soldier since Joan of Arc.
Rose, I'm beginning to see it. We cut the record here, in New York.
Take that greasy bongo playing car meet to Sweet Apple.
Let him kiss the kid.
And release the record. Albert, you'll make enough money to stay in college for the rest of your life.
Rose, it's wonderful. And I promise you, as soon as this thing is settled, it'll be just the 2 of us, Rose, in perfect bliss. I'll get a job teaching English and bliss, kiss. That rhymes. I wonder if it's ever been used before. Oh, what difference does it make? It'll be great for the song. Oh, one last kiss. It gives so much bliss. What is your dentifrice? No, that's too clinical.
An English teacher, an English teacher, someday he may be an English teacher. Yes? Well, every phone in Sweet Apple can't be busy. What's going on there? Can McAfee just pop into who? Never mind, Mary. Keep trying to call me right back. Then we would have such a wonderful life. Then I might be Mrs. Peterson, Mrs. Albert Peterson, Mrs. Phi Beta Kappa Peterson, the English teacher's wife. Nancy. Hi, Helen. What's the story? Morning glory. What's a whoop-tail nightingale? Tell me quick about Hugo and Kim. Hi, Margie. Hi, Alice. What's the story? Morning glory. What's a word? Hummingbird. Have you heard about Hugo and Kim? Did they really get pinned? Did she kiss him and cry? Did he pin the pin on? Or was he too shy? Well, everything got pinned. I was hoping they would. Then didn't at last.
He's gone.
Said he forget.
Hello, Mr. Hancock. This is Harvey Johnson. Can I speak to Penelope and
Is it true about Kim?
Penelope?
I just know it somehow.
It's about
I
prom.
was really right on.
Saturday?
I can talk to you tall.
Hello, Mrs. Miller, this is Harvey Johnson. Can I speak to Deborah Sue? Hiya, you go. Hiya, stupid. What you wanna go get hit?
Well, I think I got pinned.
Hey, you mean
I was hoping they would.
lost your marbles? Are you nutty? Hello, Mrs. Garfine's charity home from school yet?
Did they really get pinned?
She saw
I was
it.
hoping they would.
She got
I believe in that last.
She nailed it. If you're gonna go, that's the way to go. When they got you, then you really crumb. What you gonna do? What you gonna do?
Well, I think they got pinned.
Oh
I
yeah.
was hoping they would.
Oh yeah.
I believe in that last.
Oh.
I'm steady, I'm steady, I'm steady, steady for good. I'm steady, I'm steady, I'm steady, steady for good. He's in love with Kim, Kim's in love with him. Well, do tell. Well, do tell.
Oh yeah.
Make him happy, I know.
Oh yeah.
Steady for me.
Oh yeah.
It should be
Go steady.
steady,
Go steady.
steady,
Go steady. Steady for good. Go steady. Go steady.
steady.
Oh yeah.
Kim McAfee! What do you mean you're resigning from the fan club? I mean, just because Hugo Peabody gave you his pin doesn't mean you have to retire from all social life. Going steady is very important, but there are some things more important than very important, and the Conrad Birdie fan club is one of them. I mean, where else can we girls gather together to worship that wonderful creature? I mean, do you realize you could be giving up, Kim?
I'm sorry, Ursula, but my mind's made up. Of course I'll still play his records, but things like The Pledge and the Conrad Birdie Scream are past me now.
You're giving up the scream? You mean when Conrad Birdie sings on television, you're not gonna go?
Vicky, get off the phone, please. I've got some calls to make. All right, Mother. Sorry, Ursula, but I've got to hang up. You'll explain everything to the other kids, won't you?
I suppose I'll have to. Bye, Kim. Kim! Are you sure? I mean, really, Kim, are you absolutely sure?
Positive. After all, I'm 15 years old. It's time I settled down. When you're a skinny child of 14, wired with braces from ear to ear, you doubt that you would ever be appealing. Then, hallelujah, you are 15 and the braces disappear, and your skin is smooth and clear, and you have that happy grown-up female feeling. did you say? I said thank you, Doris. Oh, there's no need to look so upset. It's modern to call your mother by her first name. It makes mother and daughter more like pals. And your father? I'll call him Harry, naturally.
Yeah.
By the way, Doris, I think Harry took the news about Hugo and I awfully well, don't you? This is she? Yes, I'll wait.
I don't know. Yesterday I was a mother. Today I'm a pal. Are you sure you wouldn't like to call me Mom? That's modern.
I'm sorry, but times have changed and you've got to go along with them, or be left behind with the old folks. By the way, Doris, have you got a cigarette? They seem to have run out.
I'm not an old man. I was 18 in World War II.
Conrad Birdie is coming here to kiss me. Doris! Mother! Mommy!
Kim, what is it? What's wrong?
It's Conrad Birdie, Mommy! He's coming here to kiss me!
Oh, that's nice, dear.
Oh, you don't understand! Conrad Birdie is coming here to see that one kiss me goodbye! Oh, Mommy!
Oh, I never thought I'd say it. But God bless Conrad Birdie.
So good that you'll be glad you decided to smile. Pick out a pleasant outlook, stick out that noble chin, wipe off the full of doubt look, slap on a happy grin, and spread sunshine all over the place. Just put on a happy face. Put on a happy face. Put on a happy face. And if you're feeling cross and bickerish, don't sit and whine. Think of banana splits and licorice and you'll feel fine. I knew a girl so gloomy, she never laugh or sing. She wouldn't listen to me, now she's a mean old thing.
want to see Conrad before he leaves. Would you get that down to track 12 on the double? Rosie, what are you doing?
Getting our things down to the station without any help from you, Albert!
Rose, I'm sorry. I don't suppose a generous tip would make things up.
Albert, just take your briefcase and get down to the station before any of those reporters talk to Conrad alone. You know what happened last time.
You take it, Rose. I've got to wait here for Mom.
Speaking of your mother, Albert, have you talked to her about dissolving Almay Lou yet?
I couldn't, Rose. Yesterday was the anniversary.
Of what?
Lou, 6 years ago yesterday, he was hit on 181st Street and Broadway by a loaded beer truck.
Yoo-hoo!
Do you suppose that's Mama?
It's either her or the all clear. Yoo-hoo! Sonny!
Mama!
Oh!
What's the matter?
Nothing's the matter, dear. I'm just a little faint from the subway.
Mama, I told you to take a taxi.
Taxis? What do I need for taxis? I'll leave taxis for my successful son. A mother can ride crowded in a dirty subway full of foreign people, wouldn't give you a seat if your life depended on it. But what's the difference nowadays? A mother's lower than dirt anyway. Here's the money I saved from not taking the taxi. Buy some candy with it. Who's she?
Mama, you know Rose Alvarez from the office.
This is Rose Alvarez? Pretty little Rose Alvarez? I can't believe it. Rose! What happened? You had some shock or something.
Excuse me, Albert. I think I'll see if Conrad's here.
By all means, Miss Alvarez. Look at her, Sonny. How nice she looks. To wonder to me some older man doesn't snatch her off. A personable matron like that with brains and a few dollars. Oh, what a catch you'd be for a convalescent. Goodbye, Rose.
Goodbye, May.
Call me Mrs. Peterson.
Mama, what I want to discuss with you, it's sort of about Rose. Maybe you better take a seat.
Why, I know my Sonny. He loves his mama. He isn't going to say anything that would break her heart. Go ahead, dear. What about Rose?
Well, Mama, it's about Lou, too.
Lou! Where are you, Lou? Struck down by a beverage consumed faithfully for 32 years! What about Lou?
Well, Rose thinks, and I agree, that I should give up Almay Lou. What's the matter?
Nothing's the matter, dear. You've killed me, that's all. Lou! I'm coming! I'm on my way up!
Mama, you don't understand. It's just that Rose thought, I thought. Look, here's some money. Take a taxi home. The subways are too crowded.
Nothing's too crowded for a mother. Wait a minute. How many blocks is it anyways? 107. Oh, walk!
Mama!
Take care, son. Wear your heavy coat. Oh, be careful crossing the street. Keep your money in your inside pocket. Wear your gum boots. And eat a hot lunch.
Albert! I thought you were going to bring it to her gently.
Well, as a matter of fact, Rose, I didn't tell her all. She was so upset about my leaving, I thought I better wait.
You mean you didn't tell her at all?
Hey, Conrad, how about answering a few questions? Like, how do you feel about going into the army?
How does he feel? You ask how he feels. He's much too shy to tell you, so I'll tell you how he feels. He feels brave and eager, strangely humble, proud to be a plain GI.
He will gladly face those bullets, for he's not afraid to die.
For he's upright and standing, patriotic, healthy, normal American boy. And that's what I volunteered for.
Volunteered? I thought he was drafted. And he appealed 3 times.
Sick!
We love you, Conrad. Oh, yes, we do. We love you, Conrad. It will be true when you're not near us. We're blue. Oh,
Are you two engaged?
Is he engaged? Is Conrad engaged? There's absolutely nothing to the rumor he's engaged.
She's a real pal, like a sister, but it doesn't mean nothing. And that 18-karat diamond, it was just a friendship ring.
For he's a line of standing, patriotic, happy, normal American boy.
Then why was her husband so mad?
Sing!
We love you, Conrad. Yes, we do. We love you, Conrad, and we'll be true.
Oh, I'll never forget Conrad's first words when he heard he's been accepted into the armed forces. Say, Mr. Pearson, he cried eagerly, do you suppose they can assign me to the frontline trenches? That way I'll be sure to give me one of those dirty Jerrys.
Albert!
Or whoever's dirty this time.
Say, Mr. Peterson, give us the real scoop. Is Conrad still drinking a lot?
Now listen here, this gossip must stop. He goes to church each Sunday and he doesn't touch a drop.
He's as decent as a minister. He's as sober as a judge. He subscribes to every charity, and his hobby's making fudge.
For he's a line of standing, patriotic, happy, normal American boy.
Is it true that you found Conrad in a reform school?
That is a lie through and through. I'll tell you where he came from, here's the story, and it's true. He was born in Indochina.
He was born in Old Virginia,
Son of missionaries
on a 1,000-acre farm,
very poor and very
from a line of wealthy
What
planters,
a cruel life to
full of
live.
genteel southern charm.
So he drifted down to
Every evening by the river,
to a waterfront saloon.
neath the moonlight he would cruise.
That is where I heard
That's
him sing.
where Conrad started singing.
Neath that dirty
Neath that sweet
highway.
plantation moon.
We love you.
Beautiful voices, the skies are blue and the waves are gray. America, wash and embrace. For he's a line of standing, happy Florence, patriotic, happy normal American.
Conrad, Birdie, welcome to Sweet Apple. Now, before we escort you to the town hall, where the mayor himself is waiting, I would like to introduce you to the girl upon whom you have chosen to bestow your final kiss upon, and who will now lead us in reciting the Conrad Birdie Pledge. Kim McAfee!
I, Elizabeth Birdie, being of sound-minded body, do hereby promise to be loyal, courteous, steadfast, and true to Conrad Birdie and the United States of America, both indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
He's a line of standing, patriotic, healthy, normal American boy.
For he's a
Line of standing, patriotic, healthy, normal American boy. Rose, you stay here. I've got to go with Conrad.
But Albert!
I've got to write Connor's speech for him. You scan the bags, stack them, and if I see taxi, I'll send it back.
Oh, Kim, before you go, can I talk to you for a minute?
right now? I mean, couldn't it wait? I'm in an awful hurry.
Gee, I don't think so, Kim. It's important.
Hugo Peabody, what's so important that you have to talk to Kim right now?
What's so important? I'll tell you what's so important. The day after I give her my pin, she goes around kissing someone else. That's what's so important. I want you to know, I'm very upset about this. I've already had several headaches and a nosebleed.
Why, Hugo? I believe you're actually jealous of Conrad Birdie.
Me? Jealous? I'm the opposite of jealous. I'm very jealous. And I have every right to be. Kim's my steady.
That's to say, Hugo, I'm your steady. Oh, I admire Conrad as one admires a far distant and unattainable ideal. But I'm pitching you, Hugo, and I don't care how common and ordinary you are. That's how I'm going to stay.
You're not just saying that to make me feel better?
I mean every word of it, Hugo.
Conrad Birdie's just a thing. As steady as forever. One boy, one special boy. One boy to go with, to talk with, and walk with. One boy, that's the way it should be. One boy, one steady boy. One boy to laugh with, to joke with, have cope with. One boy, not two or three. One day you'll find out. This is what life is all about. You need someone who is living just for you. One boy, one steady boy. One boy to be with forever and ever. One boy, that's the way it should be. That's the way it should be.
Oh, Kim, I feel so much better now. All thoughts of a nosebleed have utterly vanished.
You were silly to worry, Hugo. Conrad Birdie may be a great public figure, but he doesn't make me dizzy and faint when I think of him. Only my steady does that. Why? Even when I say his name, I don't feel a thing. Listen! Conrad Birdie! Conrad Birdie! Conrad Birdie. One boy, one steady boy. One boy to be with forever and ever. One boy, that's the way it should be. That's the way it should be.
The boy she loves is the boy who makes her dizzy and almost faint. And you heard her, lady. That boy is me.
One day you'll find out. This is what life is all about. You need someone who is living just for you. One guy, one steady guy. One guy to live for, to care for, be there for.
Rosie, what's the matter?
I was just thinking of you, Albert.
Never mind thinking of me. My speech, where is it?
In the briefcase.
Good, bring it along. The mayor's almost finished talking. Come on.
That's the way it should be.
so it is with great pride
And prejudice, as well as the usual pomp and circumstance, that I welcome you to our fair city, and present to you this 14-karat solid gold key, so generously donated by the men at the Sweet Apple Brassworks. And as I present this key to you, Conrad Birdie.
He said it! He said the name!
What happened? All I said was Conrad Birdie. If you girls do not stop that, I cannot finish my speech.
Who cares about your speech? We want to hear from Conrad. Speak to us, oh beautiful one. Tell us how you make that glorious sound that even now, in anticipation of it, has reduced me to a snarling, raging, panting, council beast.
You gotta be sincere.
Edna, what's the matter?
You gotta be sincere.
Mr. Birdie, what are you doing?
You got a feeling here. Cause if you're feeling here, well then you are gonna be honestly sincere. If what you feel is true, really feel it you, or make them feel it too. Write this down now you, gotta be sincere, honestly sincere, a man you gotta be sincere. If you're really sincere, if you're really sincere, when you feel in here, then it's gonna be right, oh baby. Honey, hug me, supper. Everything I do, my sincerity shows through. I look you in the eye, don't even have to try. It's automatic, I'm sincere. When I sing about the tree, I'm really and free. When I sing about the girl, I really feel that girl. I mean, I really feel sincere. If you're really sincere, if you're really sincere, if you feel it here, then it's gonna be right, oh baby. Oh honey, hug me, supper. You gotta be sincere, oh, you gotta feel it here, oh baby, oh baby, oh yeah, oh baby, oh yeah. Well, you gotta be sincere, well, you gotta be sincere, yeah! Well, you gotta be sincere, well, you gotta be sincere, yeah! Well, you gotta be sincere, well, you gotta be sincere, yeah! Oh, baby, oh, yeah! Oh, baby, oh, yeah! Well, you gotta be sincere, well, you gotta be sincere, oh, baby, oh, yeah! Oh, baby, oh, yeah! Oh, baby, oh, yeah! Oh, baby, oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Doris, I'm not budging for this room. So I get my coffee, smoke a cigarette, and read my paper.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't have time to make your coffee this morning. How about a nice warm 7-Up?
Morning, Pop. Here's your paper. I hope you don't mind, but I cut a few stories about Conrad.
I have tried to run this house on a fair and democratic basis. I have extended the privilege of self-determination to both the woman I have married and the children I have sired. The vote has been denied no one for reasons of age, sex, or political affiliations. There has been no taxation without representation, and the open covenants have been openly arrived at. Last night, I gave up my room to a guest who repeatedly referred to me as facts. Telephone calls were made on my phone to New York, Chicago, Fairbanks, Alaska, and Hong Kong. I slept in a camp cot with my feet in the fireplace and my head in an ashtray. Then outside my window, 3 heartbeats shrieked, "We love you, Conrad," 4,723 times. I've just lost 2 fried eggs. Gentlemen, the democracy is over. Parliament has been dissolved, the Magna Carta is revoked, and Nero is back in town. And you don't offer an emperor a warm 7-Up.
Well, Mr. McAfee, I hope you don't mind keeping up the phone for a few minutes. We're expecting a long-distance call from New York.
Perfectly all right. I'll go and burn Rome.
Mother, what's wrong? Oh, nothing, dear. Your father's just excited about Conrad's being here, that's all.
He's coming! He's coming!
He's coming! Mother, you come, kids! Girls, he's coming! You better hurry if you want to watch him eat!
I'm sorry, Doris. We just had to come too. We'll stand back here quietly.
Here he is!
Coming for lunch. Hi, Fats.
Now look here, Doris, about that boy.
Oh, please, Harry. He's just shy. That's me.
After all, he was only 15, and I don't want her.
Please, Daddy, not in front of everybody.
Come on, Ursula. We gotta go.
I don't care who's here. No ill-mannered that is going to. You shut up.
Harry, you have no right to say that. The boy's our guest.
And this is my house. And until you're 18...
Daddy!
I said shut up. Until you're 18...
But Daddy!
Will you leave me alone?
Oh, Mr. and Mrs. McAfee, Kim, Randy, is this the way you want 75 million Americans to see you?
What are you talking about?
You're all going to be on television with Conrad.
On television?
That's right. I just got the confirmation from Ed Sullivan himself.
We're going to be on the Ed Sullivan show?
They're going to cut it on Sweet Apple this Sunday at 8:05. And you're all going to be on. That's why I ask you to put aside all petty differences. To that great audience out there, you're an American dream come true. And for the free world's sake, Mr. McAfee, don't ruin that dream.
Me? On the Ed Sullivan show?
Ed Sullivan.
Me? Harry McAfee appearing with
Ed Sullivan. Ed Sullivan. Ed
Show for 1 minute, there's something very important I want to tell you. About you and I, Rose.
You and me, English teacher.
Rose, I'm serious. I want to tell you that I'm very glad you and I, and me, are out here together. Being away from New York, Rose, has made me see all kinds of things in a different light. That's why I want you to know I wrote Mama and told her no matter what happened, I decided to give up Alme Lou.
Albert! You didn't!
Yes, I did, Rose. I wrote her the day we left, which leaves 3 days and 3 nights for her to get in touch with me. And so far, not a word. If you ask me, she's accepted the whole thing by now.
3 days, 3 nights on a trailways bus! But what's the difference? I'm only a mother, and for a mother, a trailways bus is good enough!
Mama, what are you doing here?
You think I wouldn't come? A mother gets a letter obviously written under the influence of drugs, and she should stay at home. Dear Mom, this is to let you know all Alme Lou's dissolved. Your friend, Albert. Alme Lou's dissolved! Dissolve me! Who am I anyway? A sick old woman who probably won't last the night. I want one simple stone with one word carved on it. Albert's mother! And don't hire a limousine to get me to the final resting place! I'll walk!
Mama!
And tell that Spanish friend of yours I forgive her. She knoweth not what she done it.
Mama, Rose is right here.
This is Rose? I can't believe it. She looks like Margot when they took her out of Shangri-La. For her own sake, Albert, send her back to Tibet. Oh, and don't worry about a secretary. It just so happens I met on the bus a perfect one. A lovely, refined girl on her way to Akron. But only I persuaded her to get off. Here. Sonny, say hello to Gloria Rescue.
Hi, Al. Hey. You're cute.
But Mama, I don't need a secretary. I have Rosie.
What does Rosie need a job for? In a year or two, she'll be getting Social Security.
Well, listen. I don't just type.
You do other things?
I tap dance. See, I thought I'd help you with that secretary stuff, and you would help me get into show business. Can you hold this, hon? May, can you hum Swanee River?
It's my favorite selection.
Get a load of this, Al.
You certainly do have the qualifications. It's just that I'm used to working with Miss Alvarez here. However, as you say, Mama, I do have all this extra paperwork. Do you have to stay down there?
For a few minutes. May, help me out? Al, you get the other side. Easy now.
Sonny, for the movies, they can always cut away while they jack her up. Albert, why don't you take Gloria here and see how fast she types?
Well, I do have all these extra releases Gloria could do. Unless it's any problem with you, Rosie.
Why should it make any difference to me?
Atta girl, Rosie. You stay here and I'll go along with Miss Rasputin.
I'll find you a typewriter.
Do you use the touch system?
Whenever possible.
I can kill him! I could just kill him!
Excuse me? Miss Albers? I'm looking for Kim McAfee. I just want to tell her that she is not to kiss Conrad Birdie on that Sullivan show tonight, because if she does, well... Miss Albers? Is everything all right? Miss Albers, it's me, Hugo Peabody. Can I do anything for you?
Yes, Hugo. I think you can.
So remember, your surest way to best color in slides is to insist on the new Kodak. And now, the young man you've been all waiting to see. As you know, in just about 14 hours, one of show business's brightest talents is going off to play a very special engagement. And tonight, before he goes, he wants to leave a certain young lady with one last kiss. Ladies and gentlemen, we take you to Sweet Apple, Ohio, where a typical American family, Mr. and Mrs. Harry McAfee and their children, Randy and Kim, are gathered to bid farewell to a typical American soldier, Conrad Birdie.
Where's Ed?
Oh, one last kiss, oh, give me one last kiss. It never felt like this, no, never felt like this. You know I need your love. Oh, 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 give me one last kiss. Oh, one more time, oh baby, one more time. It really is sublime. Oh, honey, so blind. You know I need your love. Oh, 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 give me one last kiss. Baby, last kiss. Baby, me one last kiss. Oh, one last kiss. Oh, baby, one last kiss. It never felt like this. No, never felt like this. You know I need your love. Oh, 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 give me one last kiss. One last kiss. Oh baby, one last kiss. One last kiss. One last kiss. Oh baby, one last. Brace yourself, Tick.
Brace yourself, Conrad Birdie!
Hugo, you hit him!
He deserved it. He was a thief of love!
Hugo Peabody! I never want to speak to you again!
I demand to know who's responsible for this. Who let that kid in here?
I did, Albert.
Rosie!
It's sort of a farewell present to you and Miss Rasputin. Wear it in good health.
Rosie, come back. You can't leave me here alone.
You're not alone, Albert. You're on television.
For he's a fine, upstanding, patriotic, healthy, normal American boy. For he's a fine, upstanding, patriotic, healthy, normal American
Oh my god, that's so funny.
vodka malted.
How old are you?
32.
Get out.
Just give me a beer.
Beat it.
Just let me sit here with an empty glass in front of me.
Out.
I demand to see the manager. Where's Maud?
I'm Maud. And if you're not out of here in 1 minute, I'll take you by the scruff of the neck and throw you out.
All right, I'm going. But this is the last time I do my drinking in this place.
Double bourbon scotch on the side, no ice. I put a cherry in it. Make up 2 cherries. Alvarez is the name, but I want you to call me Spanish Rose.
Spanish Rose.
See?
Get out.
Now wait a minute. You can't throw me out. I'm an American citizen, and it's my constitutional right to have a drink here if I so choose, and get bloated here if I so choose, and do any matter of laws and trash things here if I so choose.
Who?
This is Spanish Rose coming out.
In fact, I think that's a voice in here now. Would you put it on, please?
Hold the wire. Hey, Fidel Castro. Got a guy named Peterson? Says he wants to talk to you.
Tell that weaselly little rat I'm not here.
That proves she's there. Who else would know I'm a weaselly little rat? Rose, I've got to talk to you. It's about Conrad.
And if I were this Rose, which I'm not, the one thing that would certainly make me hang up is anyone mention of anybody named Conrad.
No, Rosie, please don't hang up. I won't mention Conrad. We'll talk about anything you want. You, me, I, anything. Oh, Rosie, please. Rose, are you alone?
No, Albert. I'm with friends. See you later, boys.
See you later, boys? Rosie, you gotta help me find Conrad.
And that's just the beginning, Albert. From now on, the sky's the limit. Parties, balls, dances.
What's going on in there? No business of yours, lady. That's the private dining room.
Private for whom?
For men only. That's for who?
Men only? That's exactly what I need. I've heard about what goes on in these small towns. Out of Spanish Rose's way.
Hey, lady! Wait a minute! Leave your mind in the lounge there! Hey, lady!
Now, before the recording secretary reads the minutes of last week's meeting, I want to bring up a subject that I'm sure is on everyone's mind tonight.
whole world is collapsing before me. I can't get a drink, and Kim's run off with Conrad to the ice house.
Kim and Conrad? To the ice house? Albert! I gotta tell Albert! Hugo, you stay right here! Oh, wait a minute,
Here it is. Mom's on tried to treat. I'm coming, Rose. Hurry, Mama.
Oh, I don't know why we have to go running around all night looking for someone it would be better not to find in the first place. If you listen to me, Sonny, you'll come home, have a nice hot cup of milk, and go to bed.
Mama, I told you I'm not coming home till I find Rose. Now, if you want to go home, that's okay with me. As a matter of fact, it's not a bad idea. Why don't you go home, Mama?
What did you say, sweetheart, darling?
I said, why don't you go home, Mama?
Would you mind repeating that once more, sunshine of my existence?
I said, go home, Mama. I don't need you anymore.
So it's come at last! At last it's come! The day I knew that would come at least has come at last! My Sonny boy doesn't need me anymore. Well, what are you waiting for? Get rid of me! Put me out with the garbage! Throw me out with the used grapefruits and the empty cans of the bumblebee salmon! Never mind putting a lid on! Leave it open so 100,000 pussycats can walk all over your mother! And by the way, sweetheart darling, I've got some good news for you. I got the report from the hospital yesterday. It's absolutely definite. I got a condition! Never mind what kind of condition it is, a condition! And the one thing doctors can't cure is a condition. I don't want you to worry though. Fancy funerals are for rich people. I don't want you to spend a cent. Just wait till Mother's Day, wrap me in a flag, and dump me in the river. Well, I feel better now. Everything is as it should be. A mother is lying on top of a sanitation truck bound for the city dump. And the son is running around in saloons with a Mexicali Rose, who came over for the fruit picking season and stayed to ruin an American woman's life.
Are you finished now, Mama?
Yes, Sonny boy.
Good night, Mama.
You're just like your father. You'd marry anything. Good night, Sonny.
My name is not Sonny.
Good night, Albert!
Mr. McAfee, a great pleasure to see you. However, I must inform you Conrad's affairs no longer interest me. I'm looking for Miss Alvarez now to tell her that Conrad and Kim?
They run off together.
And if we don't find them soon, Mr. Peterson, I intend calling the FBI. Doris, who's ahead of it now? Is it Peter Lockwood yet?
I'm sure there's nothing to worry about.
Doris, hurry! You've seen Ursula!
Ursula?
Is she missing too?
It's 10 o'clock and I've looked everywhere.
Have you seen Roger or Phyllis?
Maybe they're all down at the drugstore, having one of those gang wars.
Gang wars!
Hi, everybody. Good old Hugo here. Looped.
Hugo Peabody, what have you been drinking?
Milk. But it worked. Anyway, I got a perfect right to be drunk. My girls run off with Conrad to
To movies! Great double bill tonight. Flying down to Rio and Greed. Gosh, I'll never forget that movie. What a cast. Dolores Del Rio.
And Gene Raymond.
And what a score.
I'd forgotten that.
Albert!
Rosie, where have you been? I've been looking for you all night to tell you that I sent Mama home, Rose. I'm a new man. A world leader.
Albert! Kim and Conrad have gone to the ice house.
The ice house?
The ice house? Doris, call the police. Call Mr. King. Try to the lost persons. Call the shadow. Look him up under Lamont Cranston.
These'll do. Now here we are, Conrad. This is the ice house. Fun, isn't it? Of course when you've been here as many times as I have. I've been here just about everyone you know. Ursula, Deborah Sue, the Girl Scouts. Stronger than the chocolate ones, aren't they? Conrad, you seem a bit nervous. Maybe a drink on this beer would relax you. Or how about one of those reefers I've read so much about? I can go and get you fixed. If you tell me what it is. When you've had a donkey on your back as long as I have. Conrad, you're trembling. Just because you're a few years younger than I am, I hope it doesn't make you uncomfortable. I'm 27. Or 28, you know. One of the two. So you see, I really know the score. I even know some of the words. Connubian, premarial, jailbait.
There you are! Oh, sensuous one! We've been looking for you everywhere!
That's nice. Now, out of my way. I'm late.
But you don't understand! We're coming with you! You said it yourself! We've got a lot of living to do!
Now wait a minute.
We'll never go home again! We'll follow you to the ends of the earth! Yeah!
Of course, that stuff ain't so fun as I made out.
Oh, we can start right now! Let's have an orgy!
Mr. Birdie.
Thank God you've come.
Hi, everybody. Good old Hugo again.
Hugo, darling, you're just in time. I can't tell you what humiliation I've been made to suffer.
That's all I need to hear. Take him away! I demand to release that boy at once. Mr. McAfee, do you hear me? This is Al Peterson speaking.
It's no use, Albert. Look, why don't you go to the house and I'll go back to
Rose, I guess you didn't understand what I said. This is the new Albert.
But Albert!
Don't butt out with me, Rose. You're merely woman. I am man. Woman's job is to obey and keep the house clean and speak only when she is spake to. And my first command, woman, is for you to be down at the train station at 6:30 tomorrow morning when I intend to be there with Conrad. And I further command you to bring all necessary documents, because I intend making you Mrs. Albert Peterson at 2400 hours tomorrow. Roger, over and out. Rose, did I mention I loved you?
Not yet, Albert.
Well, I did. Conrad!
It's going to be such a wonderful life. I'm going to be Mrs. Peterson, Mrs. Albert Peterson, Mrs. Phi Beta Kappa Peterson. Oh, Rosie, nothing can stop you now.
Hello, Rose.
Hello, May.
So, we're alone at last. Have you a minute to spare with a heart-to-heart with an old friend?
I'll always have time for the woman that by tomorrow evening I'll be able to call.
Don't say it, Rose.
I'll be able to call Mother.
The cruelest word I've ever heard. To think I'd live to see the day I'd have relatives in El Salvador.
Not to mention Chile, Uruguay, Chile, and Chichiconstanango. And once Albert and I are married, I'm going to stick a rose in my teeth, sit on my adobe hut porch on Central Park West, and sell tortillas. Adios, Mama.
Adios, Rosita.
Oh, call me Mrs. Peterson. I'm just a Spanish tamale according to May. Right off the boat from the tropics far, far away. Which is kind of funny, since where I come from is Allentown, PA. Spanish? Okay, May. I'll be Spanish. Right after I'm married, Alberto. I'll be the toast of Chichiconstanango. And all day long my castanets will click. I'll hide behind my fan and the tango. I'll be so Spanish it will make you sick. I'll eat the tacos and the enchilada. I'll drink tequila till I feel no pain. The only song I sing will be Granada. I'll be more Espanol than Abby Lane. So call me the wild Spanish rose, the craziest flower that grows. I'll kick up my heels and see how it feels to be sultry Spanish rose. Let me give you a bit of advice to cross Spanish roses and wise. You're a match you have found, so don't mess around. Her heart, she is cold like ice. With Albert, I will dance to the bolero. We'll cha-cha in the nicest honky-tonks. He'll wear the cutest moustache and sombrero. My handsome Latin lover from the Bronx. So now that you've met Spanish Rose, you'll never forget Rose. She'll taunt you, she'll tame you, but what man could blame you for worshipping Spanish Rose? Not Danish, not British, not Swedish, not Yiddish, but Spanish.
There's no one here. Come on.
Wait a minute.
Shut up and get on that train. It took every cent I had to bail you out, and I don't want you seen until you're in the next state.
Wait a minute, buddy boy. You saved my life, and whether you pay me guarantee or not, you got a contract with me forever.
Conrad, what are you saying?
Here, it's a blank piece of paper. I sign my name to. Fill it in whatever you want.
Hello, Albert.
Mama!
Rose, you look good for a change. Don't worry, I know all about you two. I won't make a fuss. I'll do what any intelligent mother has to do. And don't worry about the coat. You have 3 big stalls as soon as the train passes over me.
Mama, get on that train. I have no time for any of your nonsense.
Woo!
Just a moment, Mr. Peterson. I demand to know what you've done with Mr. Birdie. He's not in that jail.
How should I know where he is? I haven't seen him since last night. I'm just here to say goodbye to Rosie.
Mr. Peterson!
Now there's no point getting excited, dear. After all, there's no real harm done. Him and Hugo are back together again. As a matter of fact, the sweetest thing happened this morning. He proposed to her, and she accepted him.
Oh!
Here,
My life is over now. I'll sell the house and go into a home.
Albert, the train is leaving. Get on.
Bye, Conrad. It left at 6:25.
But you told me to be here at 6.
With Conrad.
Yes, at 6:30.
And Mama.
Albert, you wanted us to miss that train?
It stands to reason, Rose. Why get on a train to New York when we've got tickets to Pumpkin Falls, Iowa?
What's in Pumpkin Falls, Iowa?
I'm opening the teaching staff there at Pumpkin Falls Junior High. I read about it in this morning's paper, Rose. They want somebody to teach English and domestic sciences. And I hope you brought your papers, Rose, because they prefer the applicant to be married.
Oh, Albert!
Rosie! The dad returned us the most beautiful name in the world. I was never crazy for flowers. I confess that nothing left me colder. I could watch a daisy for hours, and all I feel was several hours older. Lilacs and lilies, any bloom you please. All that they did was make me shrug and sneeze. But now I love each blossom that I see. For a lovely little rose loves me. Now my life is rosy, since I found my Rosie. With a girl like Rosie, how could I be blue? Hand in hand we'll mosey, me and little Rosie. We will be so cozy by a fire built for two. Oh, I once heard a poem that goes, a rose is a rose is a rose. Well, I don't agree, take it from me. There's one rose greater than any that grows, and that's my Rosie. I'm so glad you chose me. Life is one sweet, beautiful song to me. Now my life is rosy,
be happy I know.
since I found my Rosie. With a girl like Rosie, how could I be blue?
Oh, we'll have us a home out west, a nice little split level nest, and in every room, roses in bloom.
But there's one rose greater than any that grows, and that's my Rosie. I'm so glad you chose me. Life is one sweet, beautiful song. We love